Hello everybody, Shinjo here, welcome back to the channel, and it may be a little bit close for comfort, but I am going to be looking at the fall 2024 anime season. I realized this a couple of days ago and I wanted to get my thoughts together, get this edited before the new season actually starts. And looking at it, there's going to be some stuff that may already be out, but I'm just going to roll with it. So starting off on this page, I haven't watched Blue Lock, I have watched Re:Zero, but I'm not keeping up with Re:Zero, so I'm not even considering those two. Uzumaki. Is this one of those ones that was made by... I can't think of what his name is. It might be on here. I don't know. Like, Junji Ito. I don't know if it's like that. It certainly looks like it. But it's only 4 episodes, which is very interesting. Let me read what it says about it. In the town of Kurozucho, Kiri Goshima lives a fairly normal life with her family. As she walks to the train station one day to meet her boyfriend, Shuichi Saito, she sees her father staring at a snail shell in an alley. Thinking nothing of it, she mentions the incident to Shuichi, who says that his father has been acting weird lately. Shuichi reveals his rising desire to leave the town of Kire, saying that this town is infected with spirals, but his father's obsession with the shape soon proves deadly, beginning a chain of horrific and unexplainable events that causes the residents of Kurozucho to spiral into madness. Okay, I mean, I'm not typically one for watching horror-based things, but it certainly sounds interesting, so I might actually check it out. And for what it's worth, it's only 4 episodes, so it's not like I'm losing a lot of time if I don't watch it versus whether I do watch it. I do have Dandadan, and I know that this one is like highly rated by people, and I hear a lot of hype surrounding it. I already have it added to my list, not from a couple of days ago, I literally just added it now. But let me read what it's about so maybe I can get a better idea of what I'm looking at. After being aggressively rejected, Momo Ayase finds herself sulking when she stumbles across a boy being bullied. Saved by her rash kindness, the alien-obsessed boy attempts to speak to her about extraterrestrial interests he believes they share. Okay, I don't know where he jumped to that conclusion, but I might have missed something. Rejecting his claims, Ayase proclaims that she instead is a believer in ghosts, starting an argument between the two over which is real. In a bet to determine who is correct, the two decide to separately visit locations associated with both the extraterrestrial and the supernatural. Ayase visiting the former and the boy visiting the latter. Wait. Oh, okay. When the two reach their respective places, it turns out that neither was wrong, and that both aliens and ghosts do exist. This marks the beginning of Ayase and the boy's adventure, as they attempt to fix the surreal supernatural and extraterrestrial elements around them to return to a normal life. Yeah, I think on top of it being, I guess, a highly rated manga, I'm not really sure. I know it's done by Science Saru, just based off of what it says here, and they also did Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken, which I know a lot of people hype that up as well. Whether or not it deserves it, I don't know. I'm not going to be really the one to say. But either way, I am definitely looking forward to this. Shangri-La Frontier. I already saw it from when I was reading Dandadan. I am super hyped for this. I love the first season of it. So far, there's no confirmation on how many episodes there are, which is a little bit upsetting, but at the same time, if it's 25 episodes like the first season, that'd be really cool. But if it's not, I'm not really going to be upset. The one thing that I can say about it, because there's nothing to talk about otherwise because of, if you watch the first season, you're going to watch the second season, is the Studio C2C. It stands for Challenge to Challenge, which that just sounds rad as heck. But since I have nothing to discuss here, we're going on to Gun Gale. Wait a minute. Gun Gale? I didn't even notice. Huh. A second season of Gun Gale. That's actually really surprising. Oh no, Hako. And it is a romance sports anime and it is involving high school. I'll save my preservations on that for later. Taiki Inomata, a third-year student in junior high, attends Imai Academy, an integrated school with a major sports program. Having joined the high school badminton team, he tries to attend open practice as early as possible, but no matter how early he goes, he always arrives second in the gymnasium. The person one step ahead of him is Chinatsu Kano, a first-year student in senior high and Taiki's crush. Okay, I hope they explain that better because it almost seems like a love at first sight sort of thing unless he knew her beforehand. Either way, Chinatsu is the rising star of the basketball team, and the gap between her and Taiki could not be greater. Although Taiki is a decent badminton player, his popularity is nowhere near Chinatsu's, making it even less likely for his feelings to be reciprocated. However, in a strange twist of fate, she ends up living in Taiki's house? Wanting to be a worthy match for Chinatsu, I said math, he pursues the same dream as his crush, to partake in the nationals. Taiki starts training harder than ever before, all for the sake of building a strong new relationship with his new housemate. Okay, the housemate thing, same as what I mentioned about the crush thing. I hope they explain that better when it comes to the anime because it comes off, I don't want to say lazy, but like the whole coincidence thing of like domestic girlfriend, for example. Oh, I slept with this girl and surprise, surprise, in a strange twist of fate, now we're roommates and we're siblings. I certainly hope it's not going to go down that dark or weird of a route, but it just feels like a lot of coincidence stuff, and I really hope they explain it better with the show. But at the moment, I'm not planning on watching it. Oh yeah, Dragon Ball Daima. I feel like I have to watch this new Dragon Ball series. Okay. It's an unknown studio? That's interesting. I'm surprised that they haven't revealed it yet. I don't know how often that is. Okay, we got Ron Kamenahashi. I haven't seen that, so I'm not even considering that. What is this? Kekon Surute. Okay, I'm looking this up because I'm hoping that there's an easier... Oh, this is 365 Days to the Wedding. I heard about this one. What exactly is it about? It's a romance. Makes sense. Takuya and Rika are co-workers in a travel agency in Tokyo. They're both single, but they don't mind since they're introverts with fulfilling lives at home. Unfortunately, now their job is looking to staff an office in Siberia, and non-married employees are the first to be considered. Rika is desperate to avoid the transfer and goes to Takuya with an idea. If they pretend they're getting married in a year, they can stay in Tokyo. The only problem is the two of them barely know each other. If these two quiet coworkers fake a relationship, will it turn into something real? Okay, wait. They're having an office in Siberia, and non-married employees are the first... Okay, is that actually a thing that happens even in just offices in general? Because that, again, that sounds like something that's just very convenient, but I'm assuming there's going to be more comedy sprinkled in as well. I don't know, I'm definitely going to check it out. But I will say that I definitely am going to be watching this. The new interpretation of Ranma 1/2. So I know generally of the concept, just from osmosis, from hearing people like the Anime Man, Garnt, Sea Dog. I think either Emirichu or Didus are really looking forward to this, and I think it's Didus. But like, I know a lot of people in the anime space, and I did kind of name drop a lot of them as well. So I know generally what it's about, but I want to read this anyway for the people that may not have been familiar with it. Soen Tendo runs the Tendo Martial Arts School, accompanied by his 3 daughters, Akane, Nabiki, and Kasumi. One day, the sisters' lives are turned upside down when their father announces that he promises one of them to be married to a fellow martial artist's son in hopes of carrying on the family legacy. In addition to their mixed reactions, when the fiancé arrives, the last thing the Tendo family expects is Rama Satome and his father Genma. Rama has been training in China with his father until an unfortunate accident changed them both. Now when water touches them, Ranma turns into a girl and Genma into a giant panda. Ranma 1/2 follows Ranma as he attempts to get along with his newly betrothed, the youngest of the Tendo sisters, Akane. As the two begin to attend the same school, they deal with fellow rivals and friends and rivals, all of whom have something to say about their engagement. And it doesn't hurt that it's done by Studio Mappa. Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch this because I didn't pick up Urusei Yatsura when it first came out, and I feel like I kind of missed the boat on that, and now it feels too late to go back. Okay, so I was completely wrong. I saw Hitori Bochi in this title, and I was hoping that there was going to be a new season of The Shy Girl. Not Bochi the Rock, Hitori Bochi no Maru Maru Seikatsu or something like that. Unfortunately, it's not, but we'll see what this is about. When sarcastic loner Haruka gets transported with his class to another world, he's not wild about adventuring, but he wouldn't mind having some cool powers. Unfortunately, he's last in line when the magic cheat skills get divvied up, so by the time it's Haruka's turn, there are no good choices left. Now Haruka will have to take on this fantasy world the hard way, on his own, with a hodgepodge of bizarre skills. When infighting and chaos breaks out among his students, can this loner come to the rescue? Yeah, unfortunately, no, I'm not going to be watching that. It's just not for me. This one is called Tying the Knot with an Amagami Sister. And I can almost guarantee what it's going to be about, but I'm just going to humor it anyway. Uryu Kamihate has had a rough start to his life, but plans to forget it all by achieving his dream. Matriculating into middle school. What does that even mean? Matriculating? Okay. But when he arrives at his new foster home, a working shrine, his dream of a quiet place to study goes up in smoke. Not only will he be living there with three beautiful girls, three beautiful, lively Amagami sisters, but he learns that he must marry one of them to take over the temple. Okay. I mean, sure. That sounds interesting enough. More interesting than a lot of things I've watched so far here. So I'll at least check that out. Alright, well this is easy. Rurouni Kenshin, not watching that, so the second season doesn't really matter to me that much. And then we have this one, which translates to The Do-Over Damsel Conquers the Dragon Emperor. The Do-Over Damsel, that's a cute name. Jill Savelle, fiance of the Crown Prince Gerald de Claytios, and known as the Lady Goddess of War, is being hunted down by the same country she swore to protect. Betrayed by her betrothed, she is framed as a traitor and imprisoned. In her last moments, Jill is filled with regret, but just as death approaches, she awakens 6 years in the past. This time she will not become a mere pawn. Now as a 10-year-old girl, Jill resolves to escape her imminent engagement to the prince. To this end, she jokingly professes her love to the 19-year-old dragon emperor Hades Theos Rave, who will one day stain the land in blood due to madness, but against all expectations, he accepts. In contrast to the tyrant from Jill's memories, the Hades of this time is a kind, albeit unfortunate emperor. Can Jill prevent Hades from descending down the same dark villainous road, or is he bound to an inevitable future? You had me, then you lost me. The 6 years going into the past, and from what I'm reading here, is she's a 10-year-old girl, and she professes her love to a 19-year-old dragon emperor? That's not a good look for anime especially. But on a positive note, hopefully a positive note, I actually don't know what this one even... Oh no. Oh no. I'm just gonna read this. Suma. We're just gonna call this Suma. This is the one. Let's read it. Keisuke Nijima lost his beloved wife Take 10 years ago. Since then, he doesn't feel alive and is seen as a gloomy man. The only family Keisuke has left is his only daughter, Mai. Keisuke wants Mai to be happy, but he has not done anything for his daughter other than providing living expenses. The father and daughter's time stopped 10 years ago. They are living in the same house but live very separate lives and do not communicate well. One day, an elementary school girl appears in front of Nijima's house and claims she is the reincarnation of Take. Okay, that doesn't sound as bad as what I heard, but the 10-year-old wife is not a good look, especially after what I just said. I clicked on to try and get a translated title, and I saw the picture of her at sunset, and it, again, not a good look for anime, but who knows, it might be wholesome. But I can tell you what I am planning on watching: more After School Hanako. It's really cool, especially since the first season of this, there was only 15 minutes a piece, so it's very easy to get through. And right around October, actually, I think the last season, the first season of this was back in October, which is very fitting. Honestly, I prefer to have another season of the show in general, but beggars can't be choosers. At least it's something. I saw this when I was looking at the previous entry for a translated title. It looks really polished. And it is Nina the Starry Bride. Okay, I like that title. Nina had a rough start to life, stealing to survive and eventually being sold into slavery by her own brother. Yikes. But to her surprise, her captor, Prince Azure, ordained that she would live the life of a princess, specifically that of the recently deceased princess priestess Alicia. Wait, what? But despite her changing fortune, Nina won't give up her old life without a fight, and Azure might just be the one to finally match her wits. But how much can she trust Azure? And can she stop the feelings budding in her heart, knowing she must eventually marry another? Huh. I actually really like the way this looks, just from the poster and the one scene that I'm seeing. Oh, they did Recovery of an MMO Junkie. Next we have Ao no Miburo. Miburo. It's 1863, the twilight of the shogunate, and Japan is on the cusp of monumental change. The streets of the nation's capital are soaked in blood as political upheaval and rising tensions between masterless, wandering ronin and government samurai set the stage for one of the most turbulent times in Japan's history. Young orphan Neo is no stranger to the harsh realities of the world, and yet he can't help but cling to his burning passion for justice and desire to change the world for the better. One day, he crosses paths with two men who will become central figures of the coming revolution: Hijikata Toshizo and Okita Shoji, two of the founding members of a group of hated ronin known as Miburo, who would later become known as Shinsengumi. Inspired by the efforts of the so-called Blue Wolves of Mibu, Neo decides to join the ranks to help carve a path to the world he wishes to see. But with new betrayals and reversals every day, will Neo be able to stay true to his conscience? Huh. Normally, I wouldn't even give a show like that the time of day, but I'm really enjoying Elusive Samurai, and it's along the same lines, so I'm definitely gonna at least watch it when it comes out. But my gosh, it doesn't come out till October 19th? Well, it gives me time to watch everything else. This one next door seems interesting. It is, there's no translation. Magi Lumiere. Interesting. Magical Girl, a profession that undertakes the work of exterminating a kind of natural disaster called Kai? Is it Kai or Kali? I can't really tell. Kana Sakuragi, a female college student who struggles with job hunting, is picked up by Magical Girl startup company, and Magical Girl work life starts now. And I am going to be watching that just for the sole fact that it's not about a high schooler. I think this may be one of the very few occasions where it's a Magical Girl anime, but it's not about high school girls or younger. Okay, then we have something about a skeleton. Is there a translated title? There's not. Okay. But anyway, it says, rookie teacher Haruaka Abe is as cowardly as they come. It's hard enough for him to handle human students without whimpering, and now he's going to be teaching a school full of monsters. It's a classroom of horrors and Harukai, as his mischievous students use every means for Harukai, not and. Okay. It's a classroom of horrors for Haruaki, as his mischievous students use every means at their disposal to prank him. Will this poor teacher be able to get his group of ghouls under control, or is his class destined for failure? It just sounds like a more comedy-centric version of Interview with Monster Girls, because it's a similar concept just from that alone. I don't know, I'll watch it. I need something to laugh at. Then we have Acro Trip. Chizuko Date is an otaku girl who lives in a city of Niigata Prefecture. Chizuko is obsessed with Berry Blossom, the magical girl who protects the city. However, Chroma, the leader of the local evil organization Fossa Magna, is in it the week, so hardly anyone else cares about Berry Blossom and Chroma's frequent battles anymore. Chizuko vows to shine a light on the magical girl's exploits, and this fervent desire takes the seemingly shy middle school girl down a dark path filled with strange folks. And not yet. It may have a quick turnaround, but I'm not really interested yet. Over here we have another magical girl anime, and this one may have translated title The Stories of Girls Who Couldn't Be Magicians. This isn't the thing. No, it isn't. Kurumi Mirai is in the first year of high school. She has enrolled in junior high selection of the Red Run Magic School, the world's only facility for mages that are approved by International Mage League and able to work under royal families when graduates. And she was always at the top of the class. However, when she applied for the high school selection and took the examination to get into a mage training class called Magumi, she wasn't able to get in spite of having high scores and was the top of the class for the 3 years. There are some students in the class next to her that take the class. Among that, there's someone she admires. How will Kurumi Mirai, who has extraordinary brain but didn't get to be a mage candidate, try to overcome and grow up? What is the aim of Minami Suzuki, a loyal mage who suddenly appears to be the homeroom teacher? This is the relaxing story of their growth. I mean, sure, relaxing sounds good to me. I'll check it out. Then we have Kankin Kukui, level X. Ryoka is awakened by a flurry of text messages from her mother. Panicked and rushed, Mom is clearly concerned for Ryoka's safety, but she is not too keen on letting her daughter know why. Her reasoning being that nothing could properly describe what was about to happen. The world might be ending, and there might be a massive new life form on the roof of their apartment building. Okay. I mean, they grabbed me for what it's worth. I'll at least check it out. Next we have Murder Mystery of the Dead. The world has collapsed due to a zombie pandemic. The protagonist, Mikoto Amano, wakes up in an unfamiliar place with no memory and is taken in by 6 girls. However, a shocking incident occurs. A man who was taken in alongside Mikoto is murdered, and the culprit is one of them. Set in the Tokyo Kabuchiko Tower, mysteries and secrets unfold one after another within the now sealed building. Will the girls, who have begun to form a bond, be able to uncover the truth behind the incident? Okay. I think there was something similar to this that was out, but I can't remember what it was. Okay, I mean, it's probably going to just be kind of average in my opinion, but I'll at least check it out. It sounds interesting. It is going to be the end of this season. Actually, not the end of the season, more the end of this video. And I am definitely going to have to chop some stuff down, but I hope that you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, hit that like button down below. Hopefully the audio sounded good the whole way through, so I don't have to worry about chopping too much out of it. But let me know what you're looking forward to in this season. I'll see you next time. Momentai.